So Jolie has often shared with me how many of the parents of her students, lack a basic understanding of parenting skills.
Yes, Jorge. To the daily interaction with my students, I see the lack of parental competencies of the parent. What can I suggest parents to do in order to develop basic parental skills?
Hi, Yuli. Hi, Jorge. Thank you for such a great question. How to help parents with their children. You know, your actions and interactions with the children, you're a role model for the parent. And so with that in mind, you know, your actions create a role model, and that role model that you offer to the parent through your work with the child is builds trust, builds a net of safety for the parent to show you who they are. And that happens on a daily basis, and it takes time to build a relationship with the parent to be able to come to you and show you who they are, what they need. Without the trust and without the safety, they're not able to do that. And that's just a natural process of humanness, that our honesty in our needs comes when I have trust in a relationship. So, so as you work with the children, how do you engage with the parent? How much time do they get to be in the classroom? Where is the, you know, my gosh, there's no classroom now, there's online classroom. So it's a whole new ballgame, isn't it? To be able to demonstrate and role model through a screen. So that's another whole challenge. But the basic approach is through your role modeling, how you use language. Because let's see, how can I say? So parents don't know what they don't know. And they don't even know what questions to ask, therefore. And if they have questions, sometimes they feel inadequate. They feel insecure. They are defensive if we come to them with something that we think needs to change. And so that's why the net of trust and safety is so important. So they can show you who they are and ask you what they know in their heart they already need to ask, but need space to be able to share with you. So we have a glossary. Chuck's going to talk to you about it and share with you some approaches to language that can help build that trust and safety net with parents.
So it's a bit daunting, I think, for new parents and for people who are unfamiliar with cognitive behavioral language skills. It's a little daunting because it's language and because it involves being much more aware, self-aware of the consequences of the words that we use and the phrases that we use when we're being a model. And as trust builds between you and the parents you're working with and the children you're working with, they attach to you. And the way they attach to you is to watch your language and try to talk like you do. Both the parents and the kids will participate in that. And it can be very daunting, and it feels like a huge responsibility, and it is. But when you begin to use cognitive behavioral language, then the use of it and the response you get from using it is a huge reward, because people try those words and they change things. They help people stay away from power struggles. with their kids, or from the kids' point of view with their parents. And for the professional, it helps you not step into power struggles with the people you're trying to serve and model skills for. So the document which we sent to you, and which I'll put in the notes of our questions and answers on YouTube, are available free, and it amounts to like a dictionary. We call it the Self-Care and Parenting Language Glossary, and we've pirated from the great dictionaries, and both from online and the great big thick books that we've all used, older people have used, and we went through it page by page and took any word that had anything to do with feelings or power struggles, or anything that caught our eye that needs a definition that is helpful if we're trying to learn to be cognitive behavioral models. And we put those in the glossary and came up with a definition that helps people use the word so that it helps us avoid power struggles, and it helps us earn trust, and it helps us stay out of trouble. Things like if we choose to use popular language like you have to, you need to, you had better, you have to, I should have, I could have, they could have, they should have. We are probably also, if we make those mistakes, we're probably also unaware of unintended consequences when we use any word form that attempts to manipulate the feelings or actions of myself or other people, or to overcome anybody's free will. So if I am anxious and I am talking to someone in a way that I want them to have a particular response to me, then that's usually, I'm going to choose words that make a lot of mistakes. But if I am dedicated to using the words on the glossary that are all about helping us not make those popular language mistakes that create power struggles, if I'm using the ideas in the glossary, then I'm practicing doing better. And I still make a lot of mistakes about this. And I think the way I'm continue to improve it 40 years into this is that I have developed a willingness to notice when I'm outside of the glossary, as it were, and I am slowing down, and I maybe take a little time out, and I go back to using the word forms that protect me from promoting ideas that I don't want to promote when I'm trying to be a model. So reviewing the glossary, you'll get an idea of what we're attempting to help people with here, and you'll get an idea of how much work we did to try to help you. and we do that because it's helped us so much to be aware of this and to use the skills. And it's helped hundreds and hundreds of parents and children, and even couples without kids. It's helped people learn how to be in relationship, which is a very scary and risky thing. It's helped people use language that helps them stay calm and helps them stay out of power struggles and helps them work with boundaries instead of work with manipulation.
The process and purpose, as we come to a close here of the glossary, is to help as we get in touch with ourselves and how we use, sometimes we even call it boundary language, but how we use non-threatening, non-judgmental, non-coercive language with parents helps support them to not feel judged and helps build, as I was saying earlier, that trust and that safety net for them to actually show us and tell us and be open to sharing interactively between themselves, the child, and you as a triad to work together for the child. So
Team building.
yeah, okay.
Thank you.
Thank you.